Welcome to your daily focus, November the 25th, 2021. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I send it right back to you. The boys are restless tonight. I don't know what's going on, but they want to play out there tonight. So you might hear a little bit of ruckus. They are best of friends. They're not hurting each other, regardless of what you hear, okay? I promise you. We have the 25 energy today. The 25 energy is success after great difficulty, but the difficulty might happen now, or we have been going through difficulty. I know my drive home today, my goodness, I counted at 4 accidents that I either would have witnessed or been in personally, just because of the erratic driving, the frenzy to get there 3 seconds before the other person. And they're probably not even in a hurry. They probably don't even want to go home because they're in the middle of a fight with their spouse or something. But yet they're racing. It's just crazy. Where they're supposed to stop, they're not even slowing down. They're just, oh my goodness. So it was that kind of energy making me be very mindful of what I was doing on the road and being extra aware of what everybody else was doing. So that was my chaos, and perhaps you will be experiencing or have been experiencing chaoses of your own that you witnessed, that you could have been part of had you not been grounded, if you had not been aware, if you kept the blinders on. We have Mercury, I think, going over the South Node. And that could make us overanalyze and overthink and procrastinate. So we'll have lots of challenges to maybe not try to over-explain or not try to overthink it. Just do it. To not procrastinate, to not overanalyze. To keep focused on what you need to keep focused on. So there could be a lot of things taking up or trying to distract you from where your mindset needs to be. So stay grounded today, because you will have great success, but it's through difficulty that it's not handed to you under a 25 energy ever. 2 plus 5 is a 7, so that is standing within your truth. That is about relationships. That is about understanding where you need to make compromises and where you need to stand strong in order to create beauty and harmony. If we do the numerology of the day, it's a 23, and that is, there's energies around you guiding you into safe ports. And today would be a day then, an energy day, where we kind of have to go with our gut and what we're feeling. We kind of have to listen to ourselves, pay attention to what's happening. I was watching a show where there was these people, and these angels kept trying to send these people, a direction, a clue of how to go forward. And then they met the angels and they said, "Oh, thank goodness you sent us that clue." And they said, "We actually sent you 50,000, but we're glad you got that one. We're really glad you got that one." So we're so busy and it's a busy world that we live in, and it's a busy environment that we live in. And even if we're in the solitude of our home, sometimes we have the radio blaring and the TV going, and people are talking, and there's all kinds of movement, and the dogs are wrestling in the next room when you're trying to stay focused to spirit and the message. So know that those things are there for you to recognize them and for you to walk through this energy with great successes, great happiness, great joy. So stay grounded, stay within your truth. Absolutely. 2 plus 3 is a 5. That is our yearly energy as well. It all boils down to creating happiness and joy in our lives, laughter and giggles. Maybe spice up our lives with a little bit of romance. stand in our truth, speak our truth. Sun is in Sagittarius, moon is in Leo, so we have that fire energy happening. Mercury is, yeah, Mercury's in, so right around the south node, aligning with it perhaps, across from it perhaps. So it's our voice, it's our communication, it's our thoughts. So don't overthink today. Don't overanalyze today. Don't let things pull you off your focus of where it needs to be. The Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is saying, you know what? First of all, pat yourself on the back because you've done an incredible job and you know you have. Okay, so kudos to you. You've gotten to the here and now. And that's not an easy thing in this life. So you're here, you're breathing, you're alive, you've got goals, you've got hopes and dreams and desires and wants. And this card says, okay, roll up your sleeves and get to work then. Because you know if you're being honest with yourself, you have not tapped into that true potential that you do have. Maybe you give a project a lot of energy, but it's really only 70%. You know you could still give it a little bit more, but you don't, for whatever reason. It could be time, it could be money, it could be resources, it could be energy. But for one reason or another, you have explained to yourself that you don't have that extra 30% to give it. And this is saying you've got it, and you've got to recognize that in yourself. If you want to really grab onto that, what is it, the brass ring, the golden ring perhaps, the brass ring, the tiger's tail. I hear if you grab onto a tiger's tail, that's good luck. Although, I'll try carrying a 4-leaf clover or something around long before I will try and touch a tiger's tail. Eight of Pentacles, I think you're lucky if you live through it, is all about rolling up your sleeves and making a commitment to yourself that you are going to give more of yourself, whether it's time, energy, resources, whatever it might be, to your focus, to your dreams, to your goals, and make them happen, manifest them into reality. We've got the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is very much about the give and take in relationships. So it's an understanding of where we have to compromise, where we have to surrender. If we're giving and giving and giving in a relationship, are we getting back in that relationship? Because we need to get back in that relationship as well. We need to be nourished just as much as we know that other people need to be nourished in life. Or are you kind of taking more and not giving enough in that relationship? Whether it's platonic, could be a coworker, a spouse, a child, a parent, a neighbor, a boss. What do your relationships look like? And are you being true to yourself? Are you giving your power, your time, your energy, your resources away to something that doesn't serve you anymore? And maybe that's where we need to overanalyze. Maybe that's where we need to overthink. So we understand why we do that. Because really we're just tripping ourselves up when we're giving ourselves away to something other than our goals and our dreams, when it's not beneficial to where we want to go in life. Of course we have to make compromises. Of course we have to surrender to certain things in order to walk our path, in order to bring in happiness and joy. That's why I show up at work every day. I doubt many of us would show up for work unless they gave us that paycheck, but that paycheck puts a roof over my head and food in my tummy, and it allows me to talk to you guys. So, there's my win-win. So I have to barter that time away, or do I barter it in a new way? And that's where you want to overthink today. That's if you're going to use that energy and get sucked into that kind of energy today because it's around you. Overanalyze the reasons you're telling yourself you cannot, and say, but perhaps I can. Oh, we have the Hierophant. Wow. Tapping into that sage wisdom. First of all, this is God, your angels, your spirit guides, being in communion with them, talking, praying, taking a few moments to say, well, it's like this. Don't worry. It's God. They already know what you're going to say. But you need to say it out loud. You need to be the witness to your narrative of what you want to have happening to your life, of what you want to bring in. And also having the wisdom and the understanding that certain things can't go forward with you. We are going towards a solar eclipse. And with that solar eclipse, it will be amazing beginnings for you. New paths, new opportunities, new adventures, new learning experiences, new relationships. So this is the time to really take a deep breath and understand, yes, where you want to go, but what is preventing you from doing that? And is it your perception that you have told yourself? Is it your own belief that you don't have that 30%? Or is that a truth? Is that a valid reason why you haven't pushed yourself a little bit more and let out your pure potential? So what if you just gave 1% more? What if after you listen to this video, you tap into that energy, you get that aha moment, you get that sense of clarity, because this eclipse is all about getting that aha moment through clarity, through understanding. And the only way we get understanding is by learning and asking questions. And yes, we need to ask ourselves questions. And then we have to be truly, bluntly honest with ourselves about our answers. And understand maybe where we have been allowing another or allowing ourselves to actually set up the tripwires. But the Hierophant is about sage wisdom and tapping into that sage wisdom. And allowing it to work in unison with your intuition, your heart, your emotion. We'll get a mantra card. And today's card is, oh, you know what we didn't do? We didn't look at the bottom card before I cut them. I guess, oh, look at this. Potential. Think big for your future. And kid you not. Potential. Start dreaming a bit bigger. Your dream should scare you. If your dream does not scare you, you are not growing it big enough. And why? Because you don't want to. Because you know what? You've grown dreams before and they didn't work out. And so you don't want to get your hopes up, because it hurts so much when it doesn't work out, doesn't it? But now you know when the energy is that can really move you forward. So this is a time to dream big. And you've heard me say this isn't a time for big lofty dreams. You have to really bring it down to earth. This is a time to dream big. Of understanding, if you brought out your pure potential, where you could actually be. A week from now, a month from now, a year from now, 5 years from now. You're going to be someplace different. We are transforming every day. Our lives change, and we don't realize it because it's minute by minute that we witness it. But when you look back at 5 years ago, who you were, what you were doing, who you hung around, your routines at that time, I'm sure there are some similarities, but also a lot of differences. And so it's important to understand that this is an energy that you get to write the narrative for your tomorrow. So potential, think big for your future. Your creative and mental powers today carry great potential. Nope, I'm not holding the card up for you. Some people do love looking at the card and getting the message through the card as well. Your plans to expand your horizon are underway. Everything will progress steadily. Think and plan outside your limitations and remain open-minded, as there are more possibilities and opportunities than you can see at this point. This could be study, a business venture, travel, a relationship. Be ready to take on the challenges with the think big attitude. Empower yourself with more development and self-exploration. More development and self-exploration. The mantra is, my visions and goals take me beyond my current limitations. My visions and goals take me beyond my current limitations. I know we just had that card, didn't we? It's just an amazing deck. I loved it since day one. And it's just so in tune. You know, I think the first... Somebody had loaned me the deck first, and then I had a beautiful Patreon send me. They're my COVID deck, because they got quarantined. Now that I've said that word, I'm probably going to be banned from all advertising on this. Go watch it. I need a sip of water anyways. But I fell in love with it instantly, and they were kind enough to send it, and I love it even more today than when I first laid eyes on it. So all my decks seem to have, I notice a lot of tarot readers, they'll either have a certain deck, or they will switch, and today I'm using this deck and this deck and this deck, and but there's stories behind all of my decks. So we'll go to the animal cards. I won't go into the story of that one today. Oh, look at this. Go the extra mile with the elephant. Go the extra mile. Do that 30%. Do 1% of that 30%. Okay. The elephant. Nurturer, productive, communicate, telepathy, listen. Sometimes I just mess up words, and it's who I am, and I don't edit. So that's, it's the message that's important. You know what I meant. Elephant reminds you that when you feel like quitting, it just means you got a few extra steps to take. Many times people set goals and stop in the middle of them, frustrated. Elephant motivates you to keep going. It could be an exercise program, a new skill that you want to try, a friend that you've been meaning to call. Elephant teaches us that being gentle, having commitment, and clear communication can help in our relationships. On the outside, Elephant looks like an intimidating creature, but she is actually a nurturer, wanting everybody to succeed and feel protected. Elephants are very telepathic, and with the sixth sense, they can feel the energy around them. With friends, family, even strangers, she senses danger, responds accordingly. Elephant reminds you where you are needed, and how to really feel good about that. The words may not be spoken. Although elephants are large and heavy, they walk noiselessly and with much grace. Elephant gives you subtle hints that you are needed. Now listen to all the signals with all your senses. They will reveal an understanding, a clarity, a new knowledge that, yes, may be difficult to go through right now, but will bring in great successes in the future. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.